Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. Now today we're going to be talking about something that you probably have felt before and you maybe didn't realize what it was, and it's something that's been really prevalent for me lately, and that is the Sunday Scaries, or for me it's actually the weekend worries. The whole weekend I'm an anxious mess. I feel like the last couple of episodes I've been a bit of a whingy little Nancy. I was going to say another word, but I'm not. But today it started off not so great, but here I am. I felt like I've gotten some things done. I'm going to spend the afternoon with the kids. The sun's out. My guns are out. God. I talk some shit on here, honestly. I really do. And I just wanted to say thank you so much for all the love. I actually have been reading your reviews lately and they are just so beautiful. So I thought something fun for this episode is I want to start reading a couple of reviews so you can hear yours. If you write a really nice one, please do. As I mentioned last week, this is an independently run podcast. I just do it as a passion project, and I just literally started this because I want to help you guys. So when I see these types of, messages and comments to something that I do work so hard on, and we work really hard to bring it to you guys. So I would really appreciate if you guys would subscribe on either Spotify or Apple and share with your friends, because it will help me keep talking in your ear and giving you tips and things. All right, so I really want to read this review to you guys because it was so beautiful. So this one is from Susie, and she posted it on a Monday, which was actually, I think, last week. Steph, your podcasts are truly remarkable. Your honesty and rawness shine through in every episode, offering inspiration and comfort during tough times. Your genuine and heartfelt content has been a lifeline for me, with several episodes replayed multiple times to help me get through challenging days. I'm going to get emotional. Your ability to connect and uplift listeners is unparalleled, and making these podcasts an invaluable source of support and motivation. I jumped straight onto it first thing when you dropped them on Monday morning to set up my week. Thank you so much, Suze. Thank you, Suze. That is just honestly, and I swear, guys, I did not write that about myself. That is a killer comment. Like, isn't that just beautiful? Going to give me a big head, Suze. You know how I always talk about Sally? Sorry if there is a really cool Sally out there. I know there is a lot. Suze is going to be the name I use now for like the hero of the story. All right, Suze. So thank you very much. Anyways, quick house update before I get stuck into today's episode. The driveways are poured and the pool fences are up, and it's looking like an actual house now. I cannot wait. We're not going to know ourselves after we've lived in the unit to go into that house, and the kids are really ready to go now. Like, they're done here. They're sick of sharing a bedroom. If I knew, I wouldn't have put a podcast studio in here. Now I'm kind of stuck, but they're okay. I set it all up. I've got really cool storage happening in there. Maybe I'll do like an episode on kids' storage or something. Let me know what the vibe is. But it's basically like a boxing ring here at the Pace household, and it's not too fun because they're up in each other's grill and they need space. Especially Harper, she's a very loud personality, and Willow's a bit more like she just kind of likes to play, and, they both get crazy though, both of them. It's either one or the other, isn't it? Anyways, just wanted to give you that update, and we've still been filming the house series, and I showed a bit of behind the scenes on my YouTube channel the other week of me literally just having a brain fart. I was terrible. Anyways, that's not what I'm talking about here today. Today, I'm going to be talking to you guys about the Sunday Scaries. Now, I'm sure you've heard this term thrown around, especially by me. Sometimes I'll post a routine or I'll talk about it myself. And this is something I really wanted to talk about because lately I have been really bad. I wouldn't even call mine the Sunday Scaries. I would call it the weekend worries. So as soon as even Friday night hits, because I'm running a million miles an hour during the week. You guys know what season I'm in. I'm working hard to get out of that. But then as soon as the weekend comes, and I do work over the weekend, but a lot less. But yeah, as soon as it comes, I just get this feeling that I have had my whole life, but just really enhanced on the weekend, that I'm running out of time. That I'm running out of time to be present with my family and have fun and just like unplug from work. So much so that I actually don't end up being present, and I don't end up, I guess, really unplugging mentally, because that's all I'm thinking about. Like, I was getting so bad, guys, that I was having panic attacks. I've gotten a lot better the last 2 weeks. But yeah, it's been really hard. And it actually reminds me, if you've listened to my very first episode, I kind of give you a bit of a crash course on my life and all the things. I've done a lot in my 33 years. But it reminds me of how bad my anxiety was before I'd have to get up really early to work at Subway. I made really good subs. The BMTs were my favorite. Anyway, I'm talking shit now. Because I've always been a bad sleeper, the night before, because I used to get up at like 4:30 because I would open the store, I'd bake the bread and cookies and all that type of thing. I would physically be that anxious that I would physically vomit the night before my shift. Sorry to be descriptive. And it reminded me of that, just that feeling of just dread. And it's weird because I love what I do. I love what I do so much, but you're only one person. And we can't be doing all the things all the time. And we all do that. Of course, we're going to have people out there that have it way worse. But the thing is, that is your reality. And you shouldn't downplay that either. You shouldn't be, say you're a stay-at-home mum, which again is like the hardest job in the world, be thinking, I shouldn't be feeling this way because I've got a week of school drop-offs, pickups, lunches, school sports, amongst everything else you have to do with the house. Like it's 20 million jobs for you guys, for us. Well, I'm not a stay-at-home anymore, but you know what I mean. I was. You shouldn't be thinking that like I'm not allowed to feel this way. Everyone is valid in feeling however they feel, is the first thing I want to say. Now, because I'm Steph, I've even made you guys a really handy downloadable checklist for yourselves as well. And that is going to be your stepping stone for this week. I want you to complete this. Make sure you listen to the end of the episode because I'm going to be giving you a very, very detailed itinerary for your Sunday. Like I'm going to be telling you exactly what to do. And it's going to set you up for a fantastic week, Sunday Scaries or not. Now, I haven't even addressed the elephant in the room for some of you that don't know what it means. But basically the Sunday Scaries is the feeling of anxiety or dread for the week coming up. So a lot of people do get it on a Sunday, hence why they call it Sunday Scaries. For me, I get it pretty much all weekend. And it is really common amongst people who feel overwhelmed by their responsibilities and the tasks ahead. We tend to kind of think of all the things. You know, when you think of all the things instead of step by step, it's like that, but on steroids, really. And obviously it's going to be different for everyone. People will feel different ways. It's just like anxiety. For me, I really feel my anxiety in my chest. Like I feel like something's sitting on my chest. I can't breathe. Some people get an upset stomach, that type of thing. Now, as I said, this isn't just for workers. This is for stay-at-home parents, stay-at-home, like people that are juggling all the things, which is everyone. And it is something that can manifest in a lot of different ways. And it manifests in a way that's physical and mental or a mix, depending on how you are. But it can be different anxiety symptoms such as a sense of dread, like I said, resentment or anger, which I've definitely felt, an upset stomach, difficulty sleeping, headaches, restlessness, irritability, definitely feel that one, a sense of unease, and maybe I've had this before where I'm like, what is wrong with me? Like I just felt so uneasy on the weekends and then it was escalating and then I realized what it was. And then the last one that is intrusive and unwanted thoughts about the upcoming week that you can't shake. So for me, I can really think worst case scenario for anything. Like it could be a meeting coming up or something that I need to have done and I will think it's going to be shit, blah, blah, blah. And I'm my own boss and I'm thinking like that. You know what I mean? And it's not just you and me that feel this way. According to a LinkedIn survey, 80% of workers say they experience the Sunday Scaries, with over 90% of millennials and Gen Z reporting they feel it. So Gen Z, like I'm a millennial, I'm 1990, and then Gen Z is from like 1997 onwards. Like I don't know where they stop. And a surprising factor that plays a role in whether or not you do get the Sunday Scaries is what they say, it can be really heavily based on your generation. Now, I looked into this because I'm actually quite interested. My initial thought before I looked into it and before I read it to you is it's because, I guess for us, we've grown up with, when we were younger, we didn't have social media. We weren't contactable for us to talk to our friends. We had to like bloody get the cord phone and then be like, hi, Mrs. Bob. Is Suze there? Because Sue's my new best friend now. Suze. Is Suze home? And you'd have to like talk to an adult before you'd have to get to talk to your friend. Like that takes some balls. And now we're all pussies that can't answer the bloody phone. I can't. Anyway, sorry for saying the P word, but I did. And they did say it's the rise in technology and shift to an always on, hyper-connected modern workplace and just world in general. There's like very much blurred boundaries between work and personal time. And according to Asana's 2022 study index thing, I'm very scientific here, over half of workers feel like they need to respond to their notifications immediately. And I've always been someone that I have to reply straight away. So years ago, I turned off my email notifications on my phone. I've turned off my Slack, all those things, because they're just going all the time for me. So now I have dedicated times twice a day, and that's what I do. And it's very much so the rise of that hustle culture. I feel like we've really seen it, and we've always, like, I know our parents' generation was very much about like hard work. The only way you can be successful is if you do follow this path, like go to uni, work your ass off kind of thing, when now there's other avenues that are open, which is fantastic, like social media, which is what I do. But again, when do you clock off and how? Now, in saying all of that, I created my own Sunday routine. And this is not like a Sunday reset. Well, I guess you can kind of call it one, but it's not the typical stuff you see. This is to help you with your anxiety, clear your brain fog, get your mind sorted for the week ahead, and also have the downtime. So this isn't going to be like me telling you, all right, you got to get up at 3:00 with bloody Sally, who's already hiked up a mountain this morning and she's made fresh blueberry jam. What am I saying? I talk some shit on this podcast, don't I, anyway? This is why I need to get some guests on, guys. I just need to get some guests on so I have someone to talk to. All right, back to your routine. So I'm not getting you to get up early, okay? Definitely for me, because I do like to get up at 5, I do try to stay close to this time on the weekend. But if I'm exhausted, like last weekend, I slept in as much as I could until the kids came in. I just got out of bed when I was ready, or when Willow was screaming in my face. So I want you on your Sunday morning to start with slow. I want you to think no alarm, and I'm hoping your phone's not next to your bed because you need to listen to me. So I want you to wake up gently whenever your body naturally does, or your kids are pulling your hair out of your head. And I don't want you rushing out of bed. I want you just like to lay there for a little bit, because when do you ever get to do that? Like, I don't ever get to just lay in bed, ever. So I want you just to lay there for a little while. But I do not want you on your phone. We're not going on our phone. We're not doing that. Talk to your kids, talk to your husband, because we all know, and I will link the episode below, how much it F's you up when you go on your phone for the first hour of the day. It is really bad, especially for dopamine. As soon as you do that, you're seeking out more dopamine, so you're stuck on your phone all day. And then, yeah, it's just not a fun time. So just don't do it. So either read a book, listen to a podcast, listen to my podcast, subscribe to my channel, send me a nice review like Suze did, and then decide to get out of bed. Now, I want you to only engage in like really calming activities. So I want you to journal, and there's a specific thing I want you to journal about. And even if you're not a journaler, I really want you to try this, because especially if you are having Sunday Scaries, this is going to change your brain for it. So grab your journal out, grab a piece of paper out, and I want you to write down your wins from the week. And now these wins don't have to be huge and crazy. They can be as small as, I drank enough water this week, I wasn't so hard on myself this week. Even if you are someone who is like, I tried to, like, your goal is to go to the gym so many times a week and you managed to go 2, that's a win. I went to the gym twice this week. So just really focus on the wins, and even any lessons that you learned as well. Maybe another win is I was more present with the kids, or the kids punched on less. Like, that's a win. Things like that. So the next thing I want you to journal about is this week's focus. So what is your focus for this week? So for me, for a couple of weeks now, it's been a new schedule. So I'm coming up with new task batching and new time boxing schedule, which I need to do a whole other episode about, just to help me figure out a system that can really help me be across everything. So that's might be my focus for a while. And my other focus has been my sleep. So just think of your focus. And I don't want you to put it down a million things, like maximum 2 things, okay? It could be just taking your vitamins or getting outside every day, something like that. Now I want you to write down probably the most important thing. all the things you're worried about. And I want you to do them one by one. So for example, for me, could be I'm worried about the job interview I have to do for this role that I'm hiring, or I'm worried about Harper's speech she has to do on Friday. So then once you've written it down, I want you to challenge it. Is it real? What evidence, and you guys know this if you're listening to my podcast, what I do with these things, what evidence do you have that suggests that this is in fact reality and going to happen? And then I want you to do the opposite. I want you to write down why it's not true. And then once you've done that, write down the conclusion. So read through it, and usually most of the time you'll see it's just our brain being an arsehole, making us worry about absolutely nothing. You know, Margaret from accounts is not pissed off at you because you bought carrot cake instead of fruit cake for a birthday in the office last week. She doesn't give a shit. It's all good. Oh God, I'm so weird. Okay. Now, once you've done this and you say you're worried about an event coming up, so there's a birthday party, an event, a meeting, something like that, I want you to think about what can you control about that and what can't you control. Now, if you can control something, usually it could be something like, okay, I've got this meeting. I don't have to prepare anything. I just got to turn up. So maybe I'll just pick the outfit I'm going to wear. And that's it. That's all you can control, and obviously turning up. But if you can't control anything, I want you to redirect your focus, because you worrying about the worst case scenario, which never happens, will just make you experience it twice. And the second time, it actually won't happen. It's just you thinking about it again, because our brain never knows our thoughts from reality. So you thinking that you're going to get fired because Margaret's pissed off about the cake, your brain thinks it's actually true when it's not. You're not going to get fired from the cake. It's sweet. They told me it's fun. Now, really reflecting on things you can and can't control. Now, as I said, if you can't control anything, which most of the time you can't, redirect your focus. What you can control is how you feel right now, what you do with your time right now. So that is why we're going to be doing this routine. So that's going to really help you just get that out, get it clear, and move on. Now, once you've done that, I want you to have a really good breakfast. Now, I'm not saying like Macca's pancakes. We're talking your good fats, maybe some sourdough bread, some eggs. Better yet, if you can, go to your favorite cafe, take the family, or if you don't have a family, take your partner, whoever, your dog, your sister. Suze will come, I'm sure. Go and have your favorite breakfast at your favorite cafe. And if you can't do that, get outside, go for a walk, or even take your kids to the park, and along the way, pick up a decaf coffee. I do recommend decaf because if you're already anxious, it will help it, and it tastes the same. Or if you really insist, you can have a normal coffee, but grab one along the way and drink it while you're outside in the sunshine. Get some fresh air. Now we're going to move on to your mid-morning plan and organize. So you've come back, you've had your breakfast, you've done your journaling, your brain's clear. Now it's time to help get even clearer. And I'm not someone that says work on the weekend. I definitely am not promoting that, but this is about planning for the week ahead. So when you wake up tomorrow morning, on Monday morning, you're not spending 45 minutes or an hour scatterbrain trying to figure out what your priorities are today or for the week, or shit, I had a meeting earlier, now I'm not ready. You're doing that now. So what you're going to do is you're going to grab your planner, look in there, see any meetings you have, any appointments for the kids, if there's anything in your calendar. Now what you're going to do, we all know this, is a brain dump. Look in your brain dump from your monthly brain dump in your SPP planner, or grab a piece of paper and do it there. And then you're going to be doing your top 3 and your quick 3. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, you need to click on the link below, which I'll give you, or just scroll back and listen to it. And it is the most simple planning method that will help you understand how to prioritize your task properly and do it realistically as well. So really fast recap, but you do need to go back and listen to it, is pick your top 3 tasks for tomorrow. So the tasks that have the most impact, that have a deadline, and that you know if you get them done tomorrow, you're going to feel the best. So pick them. And then you're going to pick your quick 3. So these are tasks that are not as important, but they are vital to do, but they take under 15 minutes. Because anything that's really important, urgent, I always say put it in your top tasks, even if it is 15 minutes. Just chuck it in there, because at least you know it's the top of your agenda. you know exactly what you're doing. Now you're going to write this in your planner. You're going to get a highlighter and highlight your top 3 tasks in something like pink and your quick 3 tasks in something a bit more calming like blue. So then your brain knows this is the agenda. This is the only thing I've got to focus on. Now, what you're going to do is tidy up a space. And I'm not saying you have to clean the whole house. We all have areas of the house that kind of just irk us when they're messy. We all know what clutter does to our brains. I did a whole episode on that as well. It makes us feel worse. Clutter makes us feel anxious. As I'm recording this podcast, I'm looking over at my desk and there's like random shit all over it from today and it's annoying me. So for me, I like to make sure my office space is clean, ready to go, and my bedroom and also like the hallway downstairs and the kitchen. So like those main high traffic areas, not the bedroom. That's weird. If that was high traffic, that'd be concerning. But you know what I mean? Just choose some areas. You don't have to do everything, but try and like really incorporate that in more of a cleaning schedule approach into like your reset. So you're not doing it all on a Sunday, because there's nothing worse than doing all that stuff when you're already anxious, but it also can help because it's distracting. So refresh your space. Now, one thing that's really going to help is plan something fun for Monday. Now, when I mean fun, I'm not saying go like bungee jumping or some shit. I'm saying it could be as little as grabbing a cup of coffee on your way to work from your favorite cafe, or watching your favorite show that night, or cooking your favorite dinner that night. Something just to look forward to. And it doesn't have to be big. So for me, it'd be like if I really wanted something to make me like feel really good, it would be going to the gym, which is like one of my top 3 usually because it's really important for me. And probably just reading, to be honest. Yeah, pretty much. And hanging out with Suze. Is that getting old now? I'm sorry. So plan something fun for Monday, something to look forward to. And even I've seen things online where people are like, you should plan something like during the week that's a bit different and fun. So that's something I really want to get, like another hobby. Like I just want a hobby. He does indoor soccer and outdoor soccer. And I just kind of work at the moment. I haven't done my paint by numbers. I never finished that. If you follow me, you know I did my paint by numbers and I was so close and I never finished it because it's been packed away because we moved. And I got into cross stitching, and even just like adult coloring in is really good to just, if you're someone that's like busy and you can't sit still, that's a really good one to do. So even just do things like that. Now we're coming to your Sunday afternoon. Now this is all about relaxing and unplugging. So I want you to engage in some light exercise, either go for another walk, get outside, or a really good thing is just to YouTube stretching routines or yoga. And just do that. Like my kids love doing that with me. I haven't been able to do it for so long. I really want to get into mobility. So that's something I would love to start doing. And then spend some time on your hobbies. Like I said, do some coloring in, paint by numbers, call one of your best friends, whatever you want to do. And then just allow yourself some time to just unwind and be present. And please, for the sake of God, try to spend the least amount of time on technology today as possible. Because technology, especially with like work and things like that, is going to remind you of work and the week ahead. Please do not go in your emails. Stay out of there. Unless it's something that's fine and you feel like it'll make you feel better, like set a timer, do 5 minutes and just do a quick cleanup. But just don't go in there. Just stay away. Stay away there. And then that leads us into Sunday evening. Now, this is where I can get pretty bad unless I'm really organized and I've done all these steps. Now, I want you to make sure you have your meals planned. If you haven't planned them for the whole week, that's fine. Just have it ready for tomorrow. Chop up some fruit, make a sandwich, just have your food ready for tomorrow. If you're someone that works from home, just have the ingredients ready. So at least if you are working at your desk or you're home with the kids, everything's easy to chuck together. And then I want you to lay out your outfit for tomorrow morning, because the least amount decisions that you can make, the better. Because that's going to help you with decision fatigue, which comes heavily during the work week and during the week. And lastly, I want you to have the shower. Now, everyone's got a different level. I like to wash my hair. I've got the Dyson, I blow dry it, make sure it's all clean. I usually put my James eye masks on, all that type of stuff. So just have the shower. Shave, put moisturizer on, just feel like you'll just feel so much better. And now you've got a reset place. You've got your planner set out, ready for the week. You know what your priorities are for tomorrow. You know that your worries are out of your control or you've done something about it. Your outfit's ready and you're good to go. And lastly, avoid your screen an hour before bed, please. I'm happy for you to watch your favorite show, but any screens an hour before bed, listen to a podcast or read a book, and that is going to change the game for you. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Please don't forget I made you guys a free download below to help you out with your new Sunday routine. That is just really, really going to help you with the Sunday Scaries. And it is just a good practice to do because Sundays were always the day of rest. Everything was shut Sunday and now we're all online all the time. Everything's open 24/7. So I love you, I appreciate you, and I will talk to you guys on Monday. Bye.